Hello. I'm probably talking to myself, so I'll wait. Come on in. Oh. Hello, anybody that's watching. This is a bit of a test, really. I may come back on tomorrow night instead, see how many people are awake at this time. If you're there, please say hello. Let me know that you're there. Five people. Hello. AE, oh, hello. Madam Stardust. Oh, yay. AE, I didn't know you were from Germany. Thank you for tuning in. Let me get myself a little bit more sorted. Can you let me know if you can hear me okay? I've got a microphone like right here. Good. How is everyone? Queensland, whereabouts in, you don't have to be specific, of course, but where in Queensland are you? I have a sore throat. You'll hear me cough. I'm sorry. Madam Stardust, whereabouts are you? Rebecca Roosh. Okay. Oh, okay. Southeast Queensland. The nice part. I like it down south. Hi, Aunt B. Oh, Lafayette, Indiana. Oh, I'd love to go there one day. Trinity from Pennsylvania. Hello. I'm going to write this down. Give me 2 seconds. I have my beautiful book here. Rebecca Roosh. If I don't write it down, I'll never remember. Okay, AE. No problems. Yeah, the humidity up here at the moment is really high, like, well, I don't know, 80 or 90%, very, very sticky. You're welcome, AE, no worries. I'll chuck it on my on my list of cases. I know, isn't it great? Because instant coffee is, but hey, it'll do. So Pennsylvania, you must be up early. Must be 8 o'clock or something, maybe in the morning where you are, I imagine. Yeah, and you can hear the crickets too. I'm not too bad. I'm quite cold all the time. I always wear jumpers, so even in 100% humidity, I can deal with it. What's the weather like down there? So obviously not as humid. Is it raining? I heard there's a bit of rain. We don't have any. Yeah, 100%. I live in cardigans, definitely. Not raining. Okay, nice. Oh, is it AE? Raining cats and dogs? It should be raining here soon, but we don't seem to have wet seasons anymore. We used to have wet seasons where it would flood relentlessly, but not anymore for some reason. 7 a.m. Trinity. Okay, I was close. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. Certainly try and contribute whatever I can. 7 a.m. so early. I should probably do these a little later. Oh, thank you, Madame. Thank you so much. I don't really have a mission for this live, just really to say hello and to see if anybody had any questions. And I know you're talking to Madame Stardust there, but the accuracy, it even still blows me away every time. Every map that I do, I get surprised, which is strange. Hi, Suze. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining. Oh, I got a thumbs up. I've never done a live before, so you'll have to just bear with me for casually sitting here chatting with you while you're talking. Where are you from, Suze? Oh, thanks. Back to you. Whereabouts are you from? Are you from the US as well? We've got Queensland, Germany, Scotland. Oh, yay, I love Scotland. I'm originally from Gloucester myself, from England, but I have family in Scotland. Oh, yeah, I love getting up nice and early too. I rarely do it, but when I do, I love it. It is AE. It is 10:05 p.m. here. Should I put the dogs inside because I don't trust that they're not going to bark the whole time. When I'm doing my videos, I can stop it and I sit there for a good 15 minutes waiting for them to shh. But they're great at telling me when I'm right. Oh, is it, Sue's blowing a gale? Oh, yep, just past noon it would be. 10 hours difference, that's right, 10 hours behind. My father's adopted parents were from Scotland and live in Scotland. Love it there. Yeah, 10 hours. It's, well, and an even longer flight, obviously. Well, I could let, Trinity, I could let the dogs out, but they'll jump all over me. Sometimes it becomes a real mission to try and stop all of the animals making noises and whatnot. Suze, I am in far north Queensland, on the top of a hill, miles away. But I came from England and then went to WA over to Perth and then came and lived over here. Just packed everything up and pulled the family over to the east of Australia to live in the rainforest, which is where I live now. The rainforest is behind me. It's nice here. Oops. It's lovely here for a holiday, Suze. You know, definitely for a holiday when there's no COVID and all the rest of it in a couple of years. That's not funny, but still, we're not going to be able to go on holiday. I don't know about living here. It's a bit of a, it's a hard state to live in, actually. Yeah, lots of snakes. Heaps of them. There's some, and really deadly ones too. All of the deadliest ones. Oh, hi, Ruby. Grr. I love the names. Names on YouTube are great. Thank you. It's growing back in a little bit now, so it's a bit, I've got to pat it to my head. But thank you very much. Debbie in Perth, in Australia, Perth. Hello. Or is that Scotland, Perth? I actually love snakes and spiders, so the bigger the better. You should find me on Facebook, and you'll find all of the pictures of snakes and spiders that I do. Oh, another Leo! Yay! Madame Stardust is a Leo, so you might have big hair too. Yes, Sue's 100%. My son used to work at the Venom Zoo, which is like the deadliest, most venomous spiders, snakes, and etc. in Queensland. So I'd go there and handle the snakes, and he would handle the spiders. And yeah, a lot of people can't look at pictures of them. If you saw what happened here the other night, you would have absolutely freaked out. We had thousands of them falling from the roof, babies. Yeah, yeah, you get used to it. So, Madam Stardust, you're a Leo. Do you know? Excuse me. Do you know your moon sign? Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't. Suze, you wouldn't have that many snakes in Scotland, I wouldn't imagine. Yep, and you would in Queensland, Madam Stardust. You get some spiders there. I remember when we drove there, and it was raining, and there was like 100 of them that crossed the road. That was really horrible to look at. Pisces moon, Scorpio rising. Oh, nice. Lots of water. Never seen a snake. I have this thing in my mind that I imagine in Scotland that people chase snakes with bats. That's probably The Simpsons. Yes, Madam Stardust. Yeah, I have 3 planets in Cancer, and my MC, and yeah, I have a lot of water, but also I'm a Leo and a Sagittarius moon, so I've got that fire water as well. Suze will have to find out what moon sign you are. We can figure that out if you know what time you're born. And Trinity is a Scorpio sun, Aquarius rising, and Cancer moon. Oh, lovely. That's a nice combo. Suze, you find out from going to astro.com, but I can also find out by looking at something. I don't know if I can get to it while I'm on a live. Okay, 4:20. All right, I'm trying to keep up. Give me 2 seconds. Try and help everyone. Oh, but I'm going to need a date. Well, you might not want to give me your date on a live. Hey, it is a bit like Steam, Madam Stardust. It is a little bit like that. It's also like a dichotomy of, that empathy and intuition that the water brings, and then the fire's like, "Urgh." Yeah, you've got tons of Scorpio Trinity. So you were born in, I'm going to guess, Trinity was born roughly in 1984 or 3 or something, perhaps, in November. Maybe, that's just a guess. 16th of December. What year, Suze? Yep, definitely that too, Madam Stardust. You are not old. Not old at all. Oh, 76. I was way off there. I know what feel. I know. Well, a few years off. I just know a lot of people that have that Scorpio. Oh, 11, okay, 11/11. So happy birthday coming up soon. I wonder if you can bear with me. Maybe I can make this smaller and actually get up. Whoops. Well, sorry. Okay. Hi, Valerie from Lincolnshire, England. I'm from England. Hello. We're just talking to each other, talking about what signs we are. I'm just quickly looking up what moon sign Suze is. Oh, Zimbabwe, Debbie. Awesome. People are from everywhere. I love that. All right. Well, while we talk to each other, let me quickly grab the ephemeris. Hi, AD. Oh, you're in the Netherlands. I want to live there. I want to move to, well, Amsterdam actually would be nice. Okay. Suze, let me see. 16th December. So Suze has a 23-degree Sagittarius sun, and your moon, just double check, Libra. Suze, you have a Libran moon. Capricorn, Mercury, Aquarius, Venus, Scorpio, Mars, Libra, Jupiter, Sagittarius, Saturn. I can give you this, by the way. If you email me, I can send you your chart. But yeah, Libra, lovely sign. Okay, let me catch up and make this bigger. Okay. All right, Valerie. 12th, is that the 12th of March or the 3rd of December? March. Okay, so yeah, you're a Pisces sun, and then your moon is Cancer. Yep, you have a Cancerian moon, Valerie. So more water. Oh, Debbie, you are from Perth. My whole family's in Perth, and I'll be moving there when this COVID stuff lifts. So I can't wait to go. Suze, if you put your email address or somehow how to contact you, I'll send you your chart for sure. In my description, Suze, my emails are always down the bottom. AD, midheaven in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus. Yeah, oh, okay, so Uranus may be up around your midheaven, AD, inspiration. Moon in Taurus, yeah, oh, okay, and that, a lot of Taurus. Did you know, well, you may know, I think I might talk about it, but All the males in my life are all Taurian. My husband, my ex-partner who's deceased, but my father, my grandfather, my husband's father, his grandfather, my other grandfather, and his other grandfather, every single one of them are Taurus. And you have a Taurus moon. I get on very well with Taurians. Being a Leo, even though we sort of square each other, that's very much like glue that holds us together. Did you, Madam Stardust, it's only, excuse me, it's only just piqued your interest this year. I don't think that many people know about it, and I think it's going to start getting a lot bigger. I think a lot more people are going to start seeing it. It's just something that people don't even know exists. Oh, you've got AD's got a Leo ascendant and South Node, so North Node in Aquarius. Lots of Leo, Taurus. I know. Oh, the full moon, Trinity. I can see. I can't show you guys, but it's behind me through the trees, and it is just so bright and beautiful. Okay, Suze, I'll send you your chart. Well, yeah, Madam Stardust, when you discover astrology and find out that it really coincides with a whole lot of things and works and whatnot, and then you like true crime, or like myself, not that you like true crime, nobody really likes crime. But yeah, it's a missing link. It's an amazing one. The two go hand in hand, and I just can't, I haven't even put up the amount of videos that are necessary to put up to show you guys how specific it is, and I find it quite difficult to explain and show everybody how it really works, because it's just like, how do I show? I'm trying, and I think you guys get it. I've thought about that too, using it in a novel, criminal astrology. Yes, and I will do a course on it once I get myself better and able to do it. I'll do the course, and then more people can do it. But yeah, I've thought about doing it in a novel too, but I'm no good at fiction, so I couldn't actually write it in a novel, but it would make a great story. And I actually think a storyline that would be really cool would be that the astrologer is the killer, and they get away with it because they're so clever. Or maybe they get caught because everybody knows how to map. Yeah, and it needs more attention, doesn't it? Like, really badly. It really does. Oh, thanks, Trinity. Yeah, a lot of people do say that I do explain it well, so I continue to try and do it that way. So I do hope that it comes across like that. Ooh, astro archetypes for character development. I actually took a course in writing, and I wanted to write fiction books, but I just don't have the knack for it. But wow, I love archetypes, and it just really would. If somebody could write really well, then yeah, that would be an awesome book. Hi, Cindy. You have a friend that was murdered in '94. I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine how that feels. But you only know a 45-minute window of when it happened. Yeah, look, I can figure that out from 45 minutes. That's okay, because what I would do is start from the beginning of the 45 minutes to the end point. Sometimes I do a whole series of charts and it can show what played out during that period of time. So by all means, send me the details, maybe on my email address that's in the, not this description, but all my other ones. I'll put it in this description at the end, or just write to me once this is finished, because I may not see it. It'll just fly up the screen. But yeah, I can absolutely have a look at that for you. And I'm so sorry that that's happened. AD, if you ever need any sort of clues on, how to astrologically write these right characters, then chuck me an email. I'll help out. Oh, and Cindy, you're in North Carolina. Oh, hello. I've got friends in Carolina, North and South. And now another one. Yay. Oh, you were learning AD, you were learning astrology for it, and then astrology takes over, and then that's it. The book stops. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be so good? Look, Madam Stardust is an editor. There we go. Madame can edit. I can give you little tips. Yep, Trinity. Trinity can help as well. She's an aspiring writer. We always, you need more writers than one. It would be such a good idea. And you could do it on many levels. You could do fiction, where you're doing a really good thriller type, scary thriller, horror, police thing. And then you could do it mythologically or whatever with the archetypes. Mind you, the archetypes are really for character building, so I get that. I'd enjoy it. I'd enjoy reading that. Venus in Virgo, trine Mercury in the ninth there. Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Throat stings. Yeah, Venus in Virgo is that writing is your art, for sure. Oh, Suze, I got your email. Great. And then Mercury in the ninth. I have Mercury in the ninth as well. So yeah, I get that. Yeah, and everyone will help, I'm sure. I'll definitely help. You can always write to me. Most people will tell you that I'll write back when I can, and well, it's usually pretty quickly. Picky Venus in Virgo. Oh, my nose is running and everything now. I think I legit just had a booger come out of my nose and everything. I have Mars in Virgo, so I understand the picky stuff. Yeah, no, I need a tissue. I don't know how to pause this. I actually need to pause it, walk away, and grab a tissue because it's good. How embarrassing was that? Don't mind me. You've got snot coming out of my nose. Hang on 1 second. All right, there must be a way I can pause this and you guys can perhaps hang on a second so I can answer your questions. Hang on. How do I do it? I don't want to end it. Oh, here we go. I don't have to pause. Okay. You guys can have a chat by yourselves. I'll grab a tissue so I don't look gross. Well, that was fun. Okay. Tissue in hand, back in position. Hi, Chihuahua. Chihuahua. Is that Chihuahua? Oh, you're in Sydney. Yeah, I don't feel too crash hot. I was gonna cancel the live again, and I nearly did. And I was like, I can't do that because I felt really bad, so I had to come on. I hope creatures don't come over the railings, madame. Have you seen the size of the snakes up here? They're like 12 feet long. We don't want one of those wrapping itself around my head. I had a Hercules moth land on me last night, and it was I have big hands, and it was way bigger than my hand. Like, it was huge, just really big. Okay. I'm just going to rewind a little bit before I blew snots out my nose. Okay, AD was coming up with a plan for his story, for the story. That's good. Yeah. Who else do we have? So Chihuahua. Yeah, I don't know what this thing about not feeling too good is. It's like as soon as COVID came around, like the flu happened and everyone's getting sick. I'm like, oh my God, have I got COVID? No, I don't, but just constantly have colds and stuff. Oh well. And actually, something interesting is that the cane toads are barely even here anymore. When I first moved here 7 years ago, there was tons of cane toads, and now I see like one every now and then. Okay, bye, Trinity. Yes, email me. I'm glad that you caught me live. You take care of yourself. You got tested, did you, Suze? Yeah, I've actually got some family in the UK that have tested positive for COVID. And yeah, it's not good. It's scary. Well, you just keep safe, Suze. Stay safe, stay indoors. Don't go near any people. You wouldn't, AD, you would not want a koala. Seriously. They sound like scary bears. They have this deep growl. They're frightening. They run fast and they bite and scratch. They're not cuddly. Ruby, you're from California. I went there I drove there and then it was on fire, so we couldn't get there. So then I drove back to Las Vegas, then went back there again for all of about 1 hour. So I've spent 1 hour in California. No, this isn't merch, but it should be because it's great, isn't it? Should say shitty cold instant coffee club because mine's usually cold too. Yeah, allergies are a panic as well. I know. I'm with you. Hi D, 1962. Oh, you're in Scotland as well. Hey, hello. Love Scotland. I have family in Scotland. 11,000 tested every day for the last few days in Germany. AD, is that what? Yeah, no, koalas aren't cuddly and nice. They're brutal and awful. Madame's right. Yeah, possums are as well. It is. I collect mugs. I love mugs. What was I looking at before? Oh, Netherlands. Sorry, I got a little confused. It really 11,000 every day in the Netherlands. Wow. Yeah, Suze was saying that it's been really wet as well. Yeah. Is it Chihuahua? Am I not seeing it right? I need to put my glasses on. It just seems like it's longer than Chihuahua. I'm going to call you Gibbo, I think. But yeah, that's right. The stats are going down in Australia all the time. And it is really pretty obvious that the social distancing and the hand washing and everything does work. And also, I personally think this might be, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I think closing the borders worked as well. I'm not really 100% sure why they haven't done that in every other country. Oh, Gibbo, is that your nickname? Oh, good, good, because you look like a Gibbo. I don't know if you look like a Gibbo, but it suits. Um, yeah, I know these things. Yeah, I honestly really do. I think that's funny. I knew you were Gibbo. I think if personally, and I think maybe a lot of Americans don't agree with this, but if they'd have closed off all of their borders to their states and just stayed at home and didn't cross into the borders, it might not have been as bad. So it just seems to me like it works. Michaela Gibson. Oh, okay. I will Google that. Now I'm curious. Um, well, if they did AD, then I think it's probably the best thing to do. Make sure I'm sitting down. Really, I've got to write that down because if I forget that, I've lost my pen. I'll get real. Okay, I'm not writing it down apparently. Okay, I won't need to. I have a good memory. Michaela Gibson. Is that you, Gibbo? Anyway, I'll Google it as soon as I get off of here. Oh my gosh, I'm looking like a wreck. Oh, yeah, what are these people doing gathering together like that? Um, oh, now Suze Googled it. Oh, all right. AD, I don't get it. I honestly do not get why 100 or 150 people are gathering together like it's nothing. Like, that's crazy to me. And right now that I'm Googling this. Is that you, sweetheart? Holy shit. I am so sorry. A female. A female did this. That's not shocking for me to see, so don't be sorry or anything. And I don't think anybody on here would be shocked by that. But holy, no, don't be sorry. I knew you were going to say that. I'm sorry. We're sorry. Oh my God. That's disgusting. You are, you're so strong. You're so strong. No wonder you're Gibbo. Only a Gibbo can be strong. But you know, something that I've been doing a lot more research. Sorry, I'm just moving this. I've been doing a lot more research on is women that do crimes like this sort of thing. I'm right, aren't I, in assuming that a woman did this? I mean, I looked at the first thing, and I shouldn't really look at the first thing and assume that that's right. 22-year-old. I know, you are. Oh, okay. She's ice head. I think that's half the problem. It's like half the world's meth heads are on ice. It's disgusting. I'm really sorry that you went through that, but I understand what you mean, yeah, when you say that babies die and people die and people get murdered every day. But that doesn't take it away from the fact that you were hurt and that this happened, and it shouldn't happen. And I was just saying before, I'm trying to understand this, and a part of my research at the moment is why women act like this. It's just not a natural thing. I mean, ice though, it does things to people. It's not the same human that you are if you're not on ice. But I'm just, yeah, I'm so sorry, and we love you, and glad that you're okay, and thank you for coming on. And what we tend to do, I think, in ourselves is minimize it as well. Ad, don't we? We're like, no, we're okay. Everyone else is worse. You need to accept that happened, and that's how you get over it. Happened on a Sunday, Arvo, at your local, at the pub, watching the band, and on your third schooner, and that was it. So just out of the blue, she's iced up and decided to smash you in the face with a schooner glass. I'm assuming something like that. What on earth? That's that's the saddest thing. It must have taken you so long to want to go out again. Can you go out? Do you feel safe? Do you feel better in yourself? You never knew her. See, things like that, I don't know if we will ever understand that type of thing. We can look into this and crimes through astrology and whatnot, but I don't know if it makes sense. Can't go outside. Excuse the language, everybody, but I have a bit of a mouth on me. That's fucked. So you've suffered this entire time. And this was a little while ago. And did I just read that she is already out of prison? So this happened 6 years ago. Have I lost my tissue already? No. 6 years ago, and what, she got 3 years? 3.5 years. You don't have to retract your messages unless you're hurting somebody's feelings, of course, but if you're swearing or whatever, I don't mind. That's I was just going to say, no doubt she reoffended, probably stuffed a pile of makes me sick. Probably stuffed a pile of ice back into her face and did it again. And she did. So hopefully she's in there. 7.5 all up, 3.5. Yeah, ice is shocking. Ice and meth is the worst. I'm seeing it here in our small town, and I live in a town of like 2,000 people, and there's kids from the age of like 10 to 13 that are hooked on meth. When she's released on the 27th of August 2021. Ice sues, I believe. I mean, I've never had ice. I don't know about these things, and I'm sure maybe Gibbo might know more, but it's like meth. It's an amphetamine. It's disgusting. It makes you angry. Yeah, it makes you paranoid, gives you this super strength, can change the brain chemistry so much and create psychotic episodes. Yeah, and it does. My daughter had it's the devil's juice. It is. My daughter had a birthday party, an innocent birthday party, and on her 16th, and a gate crasher came. So someone that wasn't invited came along, and they were on ice or meth. Well, no, it was ice, and grabbed a baseball bat and proceeded to start smashing anybody that was in his way. And he hurt a lot of people, and nobody could stop him because the strength that he had was just overpowering. It gives them like Hulk strength. So it's awful. I can't even understand why people take it. Like, why on earth would you take that stuff? Yeah. I mean, it completely ruined her night, but it ruins the world. Yeah, I was just thinking that, Madame, like the zombies, well, we've got roid zombies. I was thinking of the bath salt ones as well. Yeah, that's exactly right. The one punch thing too. Um, People just aren't aware, like you said, they're not aware of their emotions when they're under the influence, and act like idiots and do ridiculous things. Hi, mystical Neptunian. Yeah, drugs was way different in the 80s and 90s. There didn't seem to be this. It wasn't like this. There was not this violence. Not a drug that you took and then you wanted to smash the crap out of anybody that you laid eyes on. Yeah, I like that movie, Madame. I like Will Smith. Sues me too. My children, I'm not going to hide any of these comments. I'll just show that. Sorry, Gibbo. My children have not done anything like that, and I am so thankful my family hasn't endured anything. Gibbo here is so strong, so strong. Yeah, bath salts. That's crazy, that stuff. Where that person in America was eating that guy's face off. I mean, what would make you want to eat someone's face off? Yeah, that's right. It was speed. Speed or MDMA or, well, I know, what we, being Australian, what was around back then. There was none of that shit. I never even heard of ice until a few years back. Disgusting. Yeah, that was that one, the bath salts where that dude was trying to eat the person's face off. That's the worst. It is, eh? It's crazy. And I try and look at things like in the charts to see what mental illness or what's going on and the drugs, the addiction, and all the rest of it. But it's getting harder to even understand. The drugs are getting worse. Um, what used to represent a drug or a poison or a chemical, I mean, it still does represent a chemical, it's not changed, but is far different now. So it's even hard to understand astrologically. Yeah, I don't know either, Suze. Well, I think what maybe the world's coming to is that these idiots will just kill themselves off, you know. But the hardest thing for me to see is like with Gibbo there, who's been hurt, and then the woman that hurt her so badly and ruined her life, she can't even go outside, is free to go and do it again. Karma catches up, and I don't even like that word. Karma's rubbish. But Saturn catches up. What's got 6 teeth and is 53 foot long? The methadone clinic. Oh, that's funny. The methadone clinic is where drug addicts go. Sorry, that's really funny. 6 teeth. Oh, I love that. Oops. I didn't turn off my other notifications. It's dinging away. Do I use asteroids? Not really. Occasionally I do. I'm going to giggle about the methadone clinic joke. Occasionally I do. The asteroids that I use mainly is DNA. So the letters DNA, and it's asteroid number 55555, 5 fives. And that can show us sometimes if DNA is evident, but we can only look for conjunctions with asteroids. So I don't know what you know about asteroids, but you can never use oppositions or squares or anything like that. But not never. You can do whatever you like if it works. As a general rule of thumb, you don't. So no, I don't like using them really, but I will pull a few out if they're important. I don't use names with asteroids because that name has been given to the asteroid by a person that bought the name or found the asteroid or whatever, and I don't know, it just doesn't quite work for me. But of course there's a lot of asteroids that do work, and I'm not disputing that. But yeah, not specifically, mainly DNA. I like fixed stars a lot better. Oh, I'm glad that I made you smile. You've got to keep smiling, don't you? You have to have a laugh. You should chuck me a message or an email or something, and we could have a chat if you wanted to. If you don't go outside, then I'm sure that you don't. I'm sure you've got tons of friends, but if you don't have anybody to talk to or enough people to talk to, or you want to talk about astrology or anything like that, flick me an email. Don't hesitate. Good. Yeah. D. I did actually say in my other video, but I can't expect everybody to have watched my other video, that I hate talking about politics, but I will say that I actually think that Trump might win. No, that's okay. You're not to know. But yeah, I have a feeling he might win. But then also I think that something's going to happen that we're going to be like, what? And maybe neither. And I don't know if that's possible. I don't know enough about it. But yeah, I'm just not 100%. And also when I talk about politics, I get hassled really badly. I don't have really any opinions either way, except for I just want America to be better. and I don't know who's going to make it better, and I don't think those old two dudes will. But I think after 2022, America's going to be a lot better. I can tell you that much. And Biden, he's too old. They're both too old. They're both all too old, I think. And back to the asteroids. Yeah, the naming. I mean, my father's name is Alan Hale, and the actor from Gilligan's Island, his name's Alan Hale, and there's an asteroid called Alan Hale. So when my father passed away, I was like, oh, is there an asteroid with my dad's name on it? And I found Alan Hale, the asteroid. Then did a little bit of research and found out that it was Alan Hale, the actor. So I can't put that asteroid in as my dad. You know, that's my thinking anyway, just through my experience. Any musical Neptunian, I love that name too. Any astrology that coincided with Sean Connery passing? Well, he was 90, and at 90, you are having, let me get my brain ticking. We have a big transit at 90, Neptune opposite Neptune. Yeah, Neptune opposite Neptune. So he would have been having his Neptune opposition, and he would have just passed away in his sleep, I think. I don't know how he died, but if it's a Neptune opposition passing, he would have been asleep and just passed away that way. When you die at 84, it's often because you've died on your Uranus return, which takes 84. Uranus takes 84 years to rotate around the sun. So quite often, a lot of people, not a lot, many people pass away on their Uranus return. If you can make it past that, then you've got to pass the Neptune opposite Neptune at 90. And not many people can pass that one. Just reading everything here. I want to make sure I get everything. Yeah, I've got it that on the precipice feeling. I've got that as well. But it also coincides, Madame, I'm talking about your comment, because Madame's written on it. She's got that precipice feeling again, like at the end of last year, out of sorts and worried about this week in the US. And I get that. I have that feeling too, but I also know that we're not going through what we did last year, and we're coming up to a much better transit, and it's just generally going to get better. So I'm not as concerned. So I know that you're worried, but I'm a little hopeful that it may be okay. Now, I do say that I think that Trump was going to get in, and I know that that's what's concerning a lot of people. But and then that has a roll-on effect across the world as well, by the way. But that's also because when back in 1991, I wrote a paper about it, and I knew that something was going to happen this year, and it just seems to roll on from that. So it's only my personal bias really that's with these opinions. So I, don't feel bad or worse with what I'm saying. Yeah, Gibbo politics isn't my thing either. I get chucked into it because of what I do, but I really don't like it. There should be a lot of younger people in politics, yeah. Oh, your aunt just passed her Neptune opposite Neptune and Uranus return. Oh, wow. Our grandma lasted till she was 99, nearly 100. So if you can get past those years, then you can just keep going for a long time, it seems. Hope I do. I did, Madame, I did write a paper on this, indeed. Oops. I may make it public. I wrote it for my classes for my astrological classes. When I was doing my advanced diploma, after I'd become an astrologer, I had to do a thesis or a couple of theses, and I chose to do mine on Pluto and Saturn and the how every single time there was a world war or 9/11, everything, blah, blah, everything, Pluto and Saturn were together. So I knew that something was going to happen in 2020 and wrote a whole bunch of stuff about that. So, yeah. I will. I'll put it out for you guys to read. I'll pop it on my website. It is interesting, and like I said, I wrote it many years ago, and how it came true was pretty interesting. Excuse me. Yeah, 99. Isn't that amazing? And you know what? Gibbo, even at 99, she'd had cancer for 5 years, and didn't even die of cancer. She still just died of old age. She was a Leo. Constitution of a bloody lion, that woman. Okay, I wanted to talk to answer Gibbo's question. What's my opinion on Suzanne Morphew? Well, I watched the video. You have to be a member of Adventures with Purpose to watch it. Well, you did a little while ago, so I am a member, so I watched the video. And oh, you're a Leo too. Hey, strong. We're strong constitution. And so I watched the video of Adventures with Purpose when they actually went to search for Suzanne. And well, I don't want to say too much, but I know that the Reverend Seraphina or whatever her name is, I'm not sure what her name is. I apologise. That psychic. Anyway, it gave a lot of information to AK, who watches as well. AK is a great, lovely guy. Yeah, Reverend Donna, that's it. I also gave a map to AK, and I think, well, I know that he used it. I watched the video, and where they're looking is really interesting. I don't know if the blue shirt that they found, I'm assuming that most of you know that they found a blue shirt and it had bullet holes in it, and or like buckshot holes and stab wounds, like up here and down here, and some bleaching and some different things. And they found that approximately, I think it was like 50 meters. I believe it was about 50 meters west of the house where they found that. Yeah, I've got a feeling it might have been planted as well. I don't know if it was Barry though. But I can't figure it out because, yeah, right, they chased them away. Who was chasing them away? Like, what crazy shit is this? Is it Barry and Troy Skinner or something? I might get in trouble for this. Oh well, who cares? Is it them? Are they, shotgun on shoulder and get the hell out of here? Like, it's just so weird. And I don't understand. I mean, I understand why the cops are not saying anything to us. I mean, we're not really privy to information, but it seems like nothing's being done. I don't get it. Now it's almost like just a plan to thwart the searches. No, I don't think he stabbed her and shot at her with buckshots or pellets or anything like that. AD, it is such a weird case, and I've seen my fair share of weird cases. Which comment should you delete? I don't know if this will be made able to rewatch afterwards anyway. I might even make it private and then it doesn't matter. And I don't think Barry's in here because I'm pretty sure I know most of you guys. I don't understand why the girls haven't said anything. I'm just saying the same things that everybody else has, I think. But I don't get it. I don't understand why they haven't come out and said, "Where's my mum?" I don't know why. Yeah, yeah, I bet you would, Gibbo. Oh, dilly gaff. Um, I don't know why they haven't come out and said anything. Like, what's going on? I started to think when they were searching the beach and they're like, oh, they're getting close, they're going to find something, and he's going to be scared. And then I started thinking, oh, he's going to kill the kids or something. Something's going to happen here. This is thinking too much like the Susan Powell case. Like, what's this dude doing? I'm not very good at multitasking, am I, talk? I have to stop and read. Yeah, I think she's close. I think she's close, and I don't know. I think Barry is a little bit smarter than everybody's given him credit for. So I don't think she's going to be easy to find. At first, I thought, okay, she's going to be pretty easy to find, but I just don't see that being the case. This is one of those things where the evidence is suddenly there, and what's going on. It's just there's too much stuff that's too weird. Um, I don't know or think that the girls' lives are in danger now, really. So it was more back then, I was thinking. But they're still okay, apparently, and they spoke to their granddad, so, maybe they are okay. But why aren't they talking about anything? Usually, people, I mean, I've been dealing with cases like this for so many years, and people want me to talk about their family, and they want to talk about their family. They don't shut up and go away. That doesn't make any sense. I think he's moved her, definitely. Well, if he did it, I have to say alleged. She's been moved. I'm seeing a pattern in the charts with quite a few people, especially lately now that crowdsourced investigations are going on looking for these missing people. I have been thinking that there's been a lot of movement and that these people do actually watch the YouTubers. And also, quite often the ruling planet of the person missing is in Gemini or in a double sign, which shows me that there's movement as well. Yeah, he's completely distracting everything all the time. It's like he's just one little step ahead somehow. I did see Lauren Schaff's interview, yeah, and I didn't understand, like, the brick wall. None of that makes sense to me whatsoever. Why on earth would you go? Oh, I can't even move. Why would anybody go anywhere on Mother's Day during COVID to a place where you're not supposed to really be travelling at the time to spend half an hour, get 3 other people involved for half an hour on a brick wall like that? And when she explained that you need a permit and everything, yeah, none of it makes sense at all. Not a single bit of it makes sense. Why would you go there and do that when you need a permit? Why would you get a permit to do a job like that? Why did he say that he left her at home at 5 o'clock when clearly he was driving somewhere or something at 4 o'clock? So he's just got to bloody spit it out. And I don't understand, personally, I don't understand why the police don't use truth serum. I would. I don't think it's like against anybody's rights or anything like that to stick him with a bit of sodium pentothal or whatever it's called. Get the truth serum out, or any drug that works. Oh yeah, he's got some. Madame, excuse me, Madame just said sounds like he's got some weird ritualizing shit going on in his mind, and I know what you mean by that. It's like he's got some psychological crap going on up there, and his reason for killing her is probably if he killed her is probably so nothing, but now he's going to this giant, the extent that he is. Mind you, he has to because the whole world's after him now. It's hard to get away with being a killer these days with the crowdsourcing. Security cameras were off at the time. Yeah, I know. There's heaps of stuff that's weird. Like every time I do a case that just doesn't fit into, I mean, nothing fits in immediately anyway, but well, sometimes it does, especially like if you're Chris Watson, you go on camera and talk to people. But none of it fits, and then it starts to turn into these cases that I see all the time that are corrupt. It's the only way I can describe it. There's something going on. Because if there wasn't something going on, why aren't they getting caught? Well, it's not that bloody hard. Can't be that hard, surely. Judy. Oh yeah, Judy did oh, I've got ants everywhere. Sorry. Judy did reach out to me and I talked to Judy all the time, so thank you, Cindy. Not all the time, but we do catch up. And she's a lovely lady. Through the Gannon case, we somehow met each other without really meeting each other, so that was really, really good. Yep, AD, his seminar on Mother's Day, his, all the things that he had to attend. Sure, he had to attend all these things. Some fire meeting that really didn't even exist as well. Yeah, the only photos are the old, oh, we're a happy couple photo. We've been married for 32 years and I love her with all my heart. Well, I'm sure all of those bastards that kill their wives say they love them at some point. The church camp in the middle of COVID. Yeah, that as well is weird. There was no camps. Well, I mean, here there wasn't camps. So, I mean, do you know, Gibbo? Was there? Did they stop that sort of thing back then? I'm sure they would have. Like, seriously, who's going to camp at that point in time? And the funds, yeah. Yeah, it's all really weird. Really, really weird. I can't wait to find out what happened. Cannot wait. It's one of those cases that's just like, it's another Gannon case, but Gannon's was worse because Jesus, that woman was insane. How do you think solving crime via online will change? Oh my goodness, it's going to change so much, especially now that everything's moving towards Aquarius and we're not stuck in this Capricorn, horrible, restrictive, authoritarian nonsense. It is 100% going to change. Everything's moving into Aquarius. Not everything. Jupiter, Saturn, it's moving into Aquarius. Pluto will eventually. And Aquarius is online and it's people working together collectively. So crowdsourcing is a very Aquarian, Uranian type of thing. It will get huge, Cindy, online crime solving. And it's a strange thing to me initially. It's like, what on earth are we all doing trying to solve crimes? Like, who are we to think that we can solve crimes? Now, after watching Adventures with Purpose and Tube Crime, which is a strange channel but lovely, and I love AK, but that's what it is and it works. I mean, Adventures with Purpose have found, 5 or 6 people, I think, from what I've seen, just in the bottom of the lakes and the water. So, yeah, I really do think it's going to get a whole lot better online investigative work. I mean, police just need to start listening. Or maybe the police will pick up their game a little bit and actually do some work. AD says it's screaming, I love my wife, but she's missing and I didn't do anything, I swear. Yeah. Hey, cold porridge, you think Trump will win the election too? Oh, God. Not oh, God to you, just oh, God to the whole situation. It should change if Patreon loses its grip too. I think a lot of cold cases are being solved because everyone do. Yeah, I agree. I think once everybody sort of gets together properly, like this whole, I know that Adventures with Purpose and Tube Crime and Plunder and It's a Crime, and I believe all those sort of people are like going to, I think, as well, and they're starting to join together. So I think that this, the stuff that they are digging up, it'll prove itself to be right. Things will happen from it. You're right. The networking and everything that's happening will definitely eventually prove itself to be right. Yep, YouTube sleuths all the way. They're bloody good. I mean, they don't stop. That's the thing with YouTubers and the sleuths, you know. It's like they don't stop. I mean, you've got your crazies. You've definitely got your crazies on Facebook, and I try and sort of stay away from a lot of the Facebook groups because of those people where you can't even talk about anything without getting put in the corner like a baby or chucked out. Oh, okay. Bye, Cindy. Bye. Thank you for coming along, and you're welcome. Thanks for having a chat with me. Just trying to keep up with everything. Yeah, people become nervous and become forward. Yep. Especially friends and family. That's been happening a lot. You know, like years later, so and so's come out and said, "Oh, actually, the alibi was not correct," which annoys me because the police should know the alibi initially. But anyway, police give me the shits. Many murders are on a Monday. Huh. Never really noticed that, to be honest. Wouldn't surprise me. I should notice it. I could look through my books and have a look at the dates. So Monday is a Mars day. Aries makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Yeah, I think the body language of Barry Morphew, yeah. So it does seem insincere. Not as much as a couple of other people, mind you, not as much as Chris Watts and Letitia, piece of shit, Stauk. Their body language was over the top. Barry Morphew seems to be a little bit better at it, just a bit. But his actions are all over the place. Michelle McNamara and the Golden State Killer. Yeah, oops. I think the dogs are desperately trying to get inside. Yeah, me too, AD. I love digging up information. Well, you know, obviously, that's what I do. But it's awesome. I'm curious. I do know Michelle McNamara and the Golden. I was reading about the Golden State Killer the other day, but I'm going to have to read more because I wrote a little article, not an article, but like I was writing a little bit, thinking, you know, is the Golden State Killer the last serial killer? I know there's plenty more around still, but you know, like the last one that's sort of going to get recognition because it's too hard to be a serial killer now. So I'll have to look into Michelle McNamara and her blogging. Oh, you found me through digging up information and AD. Yay! Monday, Moon Day. Well, I'm sure, I mean, could be Monday, Moon Day. Let's see what Rex says about Mondays. I know that it's an Aries day as well, but Also, look at that. Where are we? Monday, moon. Yay, Monday is a moon day, you're right. So crazy moon day. Moon and Aries. Not a good combo. Teabag is a loony. She's nuts. I knew she would go for the insanity plea, but I don't think she's insane. I think if anybody's insane, it's actually Laurie Vallow and Chad Daybell. But that's just my opinion. Letitia Stout, no, she's not insane. She's just a bitch that didn't want that baby around in her life. Oh, so you've got a friend, AD. You know a guy with a blog, and has friends and family that have suddenly come out of the woodwork. Yeah, well, they do because they don't want to keep things a secret anymore, or want to be a part of the information and a part of the case or whatever. Like, oh, I've got information. So I'm really so glad that all of you guys keep up with all this stuff and actually do the true crime. The book and the TV series, I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Oh, okay, with the one with the Golden State Killer. Oh, okay, I know. I do know. I don't know a lot, but I do know of her. That's right. She passed away, and then they found him. Then they caught him, didn't they? Did she not actually see him being caught? Something like that. I might be wrong, but that is interesting. Tuesday is Mars Day. Now I don't even know what day is what. I thought Monday was because it's the first day and Mars is the first, and Aries, Mars is the first. Now I just keep thinking of what my mum used to say about how I was born on Tuesday and I was full of grace or something. Tuesday's child is something or another. I don't know. I don't really utilize the days with the planets. I'm a weird person like that. I do it differently, but it could well be. Let's look. Let's look, Madame. Tuesday. Can't even do my alphabets. I can. I was only being silly. Tuesday, where are you? Can't do my alphabet. There's a lot of T's. Tuesday is Mars Day. You are right. Probably should learn that. Well done. Okay, so what have I missed? Oh, Q is my favourite uncle is here. Hello. Hello. Let me go up a little bit. Vallow and Daybell, I know it's hard to find words for those two. I just learnt, if you saw my video from last night, I just learnt about that disease with the shared psychosis, and it made so much sense to me with them that they had to kill everybody that was a threat to their perceived mystical, crazy delusion. So, I mean, both of them should be put to death. Personally, I'm a bit weird like that. I value life and everything else, and I know that people can change and whatever. Not if you've killed a whole bunch of people and your children. You should probably die for that. Okay, Q says, what's my thoughts on Jupiter being in the chart's fourth house at 5:40, but in the chart's third house 6 minutes later? It's in the in the Susan Morphy chart. Jupiter is ruling the chart's third house. Oh, what do I think? Okay, let me get my head back to the chart and have a think about it. As you know, I've done so many charts, and I didn't erect one for 5:40, but I did read what you wrote. So Jupiter in the 4th house at 5:40, and then the 3rd house at the time of the 911 call. Now, was Jupiter the ruling? I need to go down. I can't remember it offhand, but Q, is Jupiter the ruler of the perp, or no, Mars. Mars is the ruler of the perp in the Suzanne Morphew case. So Jupiter, and was it retrograde? I really should have had the charts in front of me, and I don't. I've got notes but no charts. Let me see if you've written something. No. Well, I mean, okay, for starters, the fact that a planet moves from one house to another in 6 minutes, I mean, that happens because it takes 4 minutes for the houses to move anyway, so that it can happen. But obviously it was at the end of one and moved into the other. So the 4th house is the end of the matter, as we know, and it sort of does all that Jupiterian enlargement of it and everything. And then if it moves into the 3rd house, well, I sort of see it as walking into the conversation that they're having with the police. I know that doesn't make sense. So hard sometimes to explain how I see planets moving in charts like that. But so 5:40, I mean, we're talking about a phone call from the police to the police, a 911 call. So 5:46, the neighbours calling 911. This is for Suzanne Morphew, everyone, if you're not sure. So at 5:40, she's getting the information. The neighbour is getting the information from Morphew that Suzanne, is she on her bike, all that sort of stuff that was going on. That was probably at 5:40, unless she took 6 minutes to walk across and dial 911 or whatever. But what I'm thinking is, in that instance, is Jupiter the witness? So what house does Sagittarius rule in it? I'm trying to get it in my head and I can't quite see it. I know Gemini's on there. I think it's the 8th, so the 2nd might be. I can't think of it offhand, Q. But to me, it is like at 5:46, she's making the phone call, and at 5:40, finding out the information in order to make said phone call. The 3rd house is the information and the communication, and then the 4th house is someone needs to find Suzanne because something's wrong and she's gone. But I just don't know where Jupiter is in terms of what we're talking about, if you know what I mean. Like, what's it representing? Because I don't think it represents Morphew. I don't think. You agree, Suze? Death penalty. Okay, so it's the 3rd house that it rules. All right. Okay, so Jupiter then is at the end of the 3rd house. It basically just rules that. I mean, the communication to the police is Jupiterian. Definitely rules to everything. Jupiter is church related as well, too. Have to chuck that in there because Gibbo's mentioning that a few times, and it definitely is. So the 3rd house is the communication to the police, because we're talking about a 911 chart and then just prior. So just prior at 5:40, if it's on if the 3rd house is ruled by Jupiter, then where is Jupiter? That's one thing. Is it conjunct the fourth? Is it right at the end of the third house? What's it aspecting? I just can't remember, like I said. Is it opposing anything in the ninth? I honestly can't remember. Usually I can remember the charts, and I can't. I can see her the Venus in Gemini, but I can't envisage that Jupiter. But yeah, the third house is the communication that he's giving her basically at 5:40. That's what I think it is. Yeah, I'm not sure what aspects there are to Jupiter. Trying to think. I don't even have Suzanne's. Let's have a look. Oh, just completely unrelated. Here's the size of the moth that was at my house last night. Anyway, I'll just see if I've got Suzanne's chart here. Or the last seen chart, I should say. I'll never find it. Not without keeping you forever. No. Let's see. Yeah, AD. Well, it's very possible that the person that is giving the information to the police does have more information or more knowledge or a more expansive knowledge and communication on that. That's definitely something that could happen. I mean, we don't know what was said from her or him, I think it was her, to the police, so we don't know that. But for sure, they might have said, Morphew there said that I should do this, or, and it could have triggered off a bunch of things. So, yeah, definitely that can happen as well. That moth's actually called a Hercules moth. It may be a triffid moth in down there. I'm not sure, unless there's another word for it. Oh, you were kidding? I'm reading that. Ooh, is it a triffid moth? Shall I Google that? Yeah, it is a monster moth. It landed on me. It was really cute. I'll show you. 5,000 pictures later. So there you go. Giant moth landed on me, and I just wasn't even scared. Although when you look at it really closely, it's disgusting because it looks like a gross-looking bug, just with wings. Conjunct the fourth house. So sorry, Q is saying Jupiter was conjunct the fourth house and in between Pluto. Oh, okay, right. It was that time when Jupiter was in the middle of them. Now it's behind, and it was in the middle. So, oh, okay, that is interesting. Maybe the person that rang 911 actually had some clues about where she was. Really, maybe they actually said she's not on no bike ride. That could have happened. The bike ride is the third house as well. She's talking about the end of the matter. She's hearing about the end of the matter and then talking about the truth. So that's interesting. That's how I see it. I don't know if you would agree, but it seems to be like that. Maybe when Jupiter gets in front of them all, because Jupiter's just traveling behind now, but now that everything else has gone direct, Jupiter might zoom on in front and the truth may come out. Let's hope that that's the case. You don't. I was a little bit scared of that moth, I won't lie. Especially when I was looking down at it, I thought, "Oh, this could just fly up at my face any second." I don't know where the daughters were camping either, and I'm curious. I thought maybe it's on the map that I've done because usually the lines point somewhere, and I thought the camp is probably on the line, but I never found out where the camp was. But again, why were they camping? Why were they camping? Makes no sense at all. Hi, Naomi. Yeah, it was a beauty. Calls between the father, daughters, and the neighbour. Yeah. And why didn't the I don't know, the whole thing stinks. I've got so many questions about that Suzanne Morphew case. Honestly, it's just rubbish. I mean, how did he even come up with that? I saw her at 5 o'clock in the morning and then took off to do a job. A load of shit. Yeah, Jupiter represents that in one way. I know there's many ways that it does represent. Yeah, I'm a little bit brave with bugs. I'm good at bugs. Jupiter also rules in-laws and the third house of the chart. Yeah. Oh, okay, Trevor. All right. Well, maybe he's the protector. Maybe he's the one that's bloody telling everybody to get the hell out of there and making adventures with us have to leave. That makes sense. I don't know where he lives right now, but the protector. So I wonder as well if the next door neighbour who made the phone call to 911, if they know any of Barry's relatives or anything like that. Not that I'm putting them together, I won't do that. Wonder if Barry made a phone call to somebody else at 5:40 Q. Maybe. It's possible. What time did they call him? Well, yeah. I don't know the answers to any of it. My coffee is so cold, but it's okay. I don't mind cold coffee. I'm good with it. I have another drink ready to go anyway. Right here. Non-alcoholic. I don't drink alcohol. This is raspberry with a twist of orange. Oh, it's buffering. Sorry, I do live far, far away on a giant hill in the middle of nowhere. It is yummy. Really, really yummy. It's an essence of Brazilian orange and raspberry. I don't drink water. Don't shoot me, but I don't drink water. It tastes like poop. Yeah, AD. I was thinking that too. They must have phone pings. They would have. They definitely would have pings. If they don't, they're bloody stupid. I mean, they can put the GPS trackers on different things, so they could even do that because undoubtedly he's going to go back to the scene as well. Just outside of Denver. Ah. So probably roughly where the Mercury line would have gone to. Trevor's place. I have to get the video back out and have a look. Yeah, they can get the text messages. Well, they should be able to get the pings. I mean, with the Letitia Stout case, with Gannon, not her case. With Gannon, they got her all over the place, didn't they? Suze, this is raspberry with orange. And it tastes really, really lovely. It's my treat. You had a weird screen. You might watch it later because there'll probably be ghosts on there. Not really, but you never know. Things happen on my streamings, my videos. Yeah, nobody else said anything. That is weird. Maybe you just lost your internet for a little while. What? Commercial? Are you guys receiving commercials while I'm doing this? Oh, hang on. Have I missed something? Where's Gibbo? What did she say? Delphi case. Wow. That's another white whale, isn't it? That's another one that's just like, what on earth? How can you possibly? Um, so you actually had an ad. That's crap. YouTube's the worst, and honestly, it's the worst. I get paid nothing, and they're putting ads in my live when I didn't even ask them to. That's really bad. I apologise. Yeah, the Delphi case, it's driving me nuts. How can you possibly get footage of the dude, audio, video, a description, 2 sketches, people searching relatively quickly, and him going in and out, killing 2 people within half an hour? How does that happen? In my mind, it only happens really if somebody's involved that knows that how to get away with it. That's my opinion. Is it possible to do a chart on a court date? Yeah, absolutely. You can do. They work out really well, Ruby. If you have a court date and you want to know an outcome, you can absolutely email me on in the description later, or my other videos will have a description. Email me and I can do that for you. You can get a really good outcome for court dates, regardless of what it's for too. It can be for anything. So yeah, absolutely. What all I need is the date of the court date and the time when it would start normally. Naomi, hi Naomi, and she says Barry's changed so many statements. Long-time drinkers have mental, physical problems due to damage. Do you know, that is, I don't know if you are saying that because I'd said that initially in my reading, that I believe that he was a drinker, and everybody has been like, he's not a drinker. He doesn't touch any alcohol. And I don't believe it. I believe that he has a drinking issue, whether it's a secret one or not. And also even maybe something else. There's something not right with that guy. So Naomi, I'm 100% with you there. I think we're going to find out ultimately in the end that there's a whole lot of things that are different than we thought. People have been telling me heaps. Don't be stupid. That guy doesn't drink. He's the most wholesome guy ever. Sure he is. Yeah, Madame Stardust, I know, and DNA. That's for the Delphi one, I'm assuming. Delphi one. Oh, I just want to go over there and walk around the place, walk into the churches, because I actually truly believe the dude presents himself at one of those churches nearby, and I don't think anybody's even looked. But hi, Jen. Yeah, Suze, you didn't miss anything. It's just me talking. Crapola. Yeah, he does look like a secret drinker. That's what I reckon too. And the chart that I did at the start showed me very clearly that he was drinking. And it even showed me that he was drinking the day before, the 9th. So I knew immediately that she didn't vanish on the 10th, that she was killed on the 9th, and I believe that he was drinking. Maybe he was on drugs or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But to me, I saw it in the chart. It was very clear. Neptune was right there and very close. Showed me drinking. And I know Neptune can show us drugs as well, but no, this was alcohol. I think, in fact, his ruler was on something was Algol, the fixed star, which in turn means alcohol, is an alcoholic. So I think Barry is a secret alco. Yeah, a lot of people, Naomi, a lot of people have said that, and I too have had experience with alcoholics, and I know that they look different than that. You know, quite often there's the rosacea, and there's just a whole different appearance. But I think when I see it in a chart, I just have to say it. You know, yeah, maybe not an alcoholic, but maybe just someone who drinks in secret. Maybe somebody who has the occasional drink and then loses the plot. That's a possibility. Maybe he doesn't drink at all. I could be wrong, but it was pretty clear in the chart. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. I need to read further down. I'm really bad at this. Yeah, okay, so you've seen it and you recognise it. Well, still, because a lot of people have said to me, you know, he doesn't appear to be a drinker. He hasn't got those drinking things, you know, that other people have. And I'm like, no, I think he actually does. Hi, Martina from Ireland. Thank you for watching. Ireland, it must be 10 hours. Must be like 1:45 in Ireland, I imagine. Vodka, yeah. AD says sometimes they drink vodka. I can see that. Um, it'd be like a spirit. Maybe he's one of those people that just, you know, when he gets home from work or whatever he's doing, sits and pours himself a vodka on the rocks, has a few too many of them, and then turns into a dickhead. It's possible. Hi, Angie from Kansas. Oh, thank you for watching and discovering my channel. Yeah, he's probably a Listerine drink. Wouldn't surprise me. I bet he does all sorts of stupid shit, that guy. Yeah, Leatherface, exactly. He does look like that. Although that as well, to me, I think he might be a Leo rising because he has that Leo face, like the reddy blonde hair with the face like this, made of leather. I believe Q says, I believe with Uranus in his first house, co-ruler of the charts, fourth house, fifth house, Barry, Bam Bam Morphew is a closet homosexual. You never know. Does he have, excuse me, does he have an aspect to, unless you know his time, has he got a moon Uranus aspect as well? Because that can show us possible tendencies as well. Maybe, you never know. Maybe. Oh, thanks, Suze. Yes, everybody, please subscribe. Subscribe. I know all you guys subscribe. It's all the people that don't come here all the time that don't. So I would say that there's some closet stuff going on with Barry, for sure. Well, I know there is. We're going to find out a heap of stuff. I know that. Oh yeah, it is 1:45 in the afternoon. I'm getting my time zones right. I know someone who drinks and hides it with Listerine as well. Oh, Gatorade with it. Ooh, that's not nice. Just drink and be done with it. Bloody Gatorade. Pazzo wants the loss. Basil wants a Bezza. Ah, yeah, turn on the bell. Doop. There's no bell down there, I don't think. Where's the bell? Down there? I think it's down there. Need more subscribers. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I think he's gonna get caught. I can say that. I think he's gonna get caught. Um, Hi, Susan B. How are you? Thank you for coming. I think Morphew will get caught, or apparently, if he did it, I think he will. But it's going to take a little while longer. I think we're going to start to see a lot more answers around the 10th to the 20th of December. So we've got a little while to wait yet. But I do believe that she'll be found by. I'm gonna say roughly the middle of January. I think she'll be found. So I think it's going to take a little while longer. Vegemite. I've got a friend that drives around with Listerine in her car. How bad's that? Vegemite's good for everything. Everyone should have Vegemite. Just a little bit though. You don't want a lot. If you're ever going to try Vegemite, AD, don't spread it on like jam or peanut butter or anything like that. Just dob it on. Dob, 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 dob. Like 5 dobs. It's plenty. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. He's hid her well. Sorry, Gibbo, talking to you. He's hid her really well. And at the start, I thought maybe he hadn't put her into different pieces. I hate saying that because a lot of people were going, "Oh, she's in several pieces." Now I actually think that maybe he has because I think he's hidden her so well. I don't think she's just wholly in a concrete block or wholly in an esky or cooler or whatever it is. Um, no, I think he's smarter than that, and I think he utilised everything he could at the time to make sure she was hidden really well. Hi, Angie. That's not a dumb question at all. How do I choose my cases? Well, I actually usually choose them because they choose me. Families and people that have missing loved ones often come to me. So they're the cases that I do more than other ones. I need to sort myself out here. But there's some cases that I just cannot avoid looking into and I need to. So Gannon was one where nobody asked me to look into that at all, but I just had to know what was going on. Um, Suzanne, nobody's asked me to look into that, obviously. Except I will say that I am giving some information and helping out with the searches that are going on now with AK and Adventures with Purpose. So I'm really happy and honoured to be doing that. But so it's mainly cases that come to me. I don't do cases where there's things are hanging in the balance and I might wreck it. So I'm extremely careful with the cases that I do unless they're fully out in the public where we're all looking into them, and or if I'm asked to look into a case. So I have quite a few cases that I look into still now after many years that I've been asked to by families, and I just stick with them and keep helping as much as I can. So yeah, that's how I go about choosing or getting my cases. Yeah, an alcoholic in denial, Susan. I think I'd agree with that. Angie doesn't even know what Vegemite is. It's a beef um, paste. Beef paste. Have it on your toast. Yeah, I think she's under a rock or in water as well. I actually see her along the edge of the water, so, like, not that beach that they found, maybe the beach, but they should look there, but still along the Arkansas River, and then, um, she's like I feel like she's like 3 or 4 meters down, really, really deep, and then if you were to go under the water, you could get to you could dig through the sand, you'd get to her. So and I don't know whether the guys from Adventures with Purpose can actually do that. I don't know if their sonar can see through sand and stuff like that, I doubt it. But that's my thinking is that she's along the edge of water. There's a big water on this side, and she's along this side, hidden in something, or part of her is um, about 3 or 4 meters down, and then another part of her somewhere else. I think along the 285, personally. I think um, about halfway up the 285. I gave some directions to the guys, and I do believe that they are utilising them. So fingers crossed. And by the guys, I mean Adventures with Purpose and AK. So hopefully. Super salty yeast extract. That's exactly what it is. Beef broth. No, it is. It's, yep, extract. Ooh, that sounds gross, really, doesn't it? Beef extract. Oh, thanks. You're an angel. You're an angel, not me. You are. You're strong, strong woman. I get this feeling we'd actually be really good friends, Gibbo. I can feel that we'd have a laugh, maybe a glass of wine at home, because I too don't like going out. Vegemite is actually really good for you if you can stomach it. It's good vitamin B. What else have we got? We've got a big combo about Vegemite going on. In the chart for the Delphi case, did I see more than one perpetrator, or more than one, and 2 males and 1 female, one being big? Do you know, I actually I have flipped back and forward between it being 2 people and 1 person, and then they came out with the second sketch, and I was like, oh, great, thanks for that, because I just couldn't quite figure it out. It appeared to be like there was 2 people involved, an older male and a younger male. Then so they had the first sketch of the old dude who appeared to be old, or at least 40s or 50s, and then the second sketch of the guy that looked like he was about 18, and then they're like, oh, it's the same guy. That was extremely confusing. So I flip between the 2. So you can't you have to be fluid when you're doing charts. You can't completely put yourself into a corner where you can't change your mind with your readings, because there's so many different things to read. But there's 2 scenarios to me, that it's 2 people, and that one was at the bridge and one was way up at the cemetery, or were up there at another exit, and they were both seen by witnesses. So generally, then my first theory is that there was 2 people there, but one person did it, and the other person was just there, and that was the second sketch. I still think the first sketch is a little bit more relative to the person on the bridge, personally. I think that he's wearing bulk clothes, and I think that he may even have some type of disguise on. To me, it looks like he's wearing a fake nose. If you have a look at some pictures, have a look at his nose. It's weird. There was a female that popped up, and I was like, oh, here we go, a female. How would that work? And then when they found, I think Daniel Nations or one of them, and I'm like, the female, his wife was with him. I was thinking, okay, this could be the case, but no, I don't think there's a female actually that's involved. I think if anything, somebody else may know who this person is, and if there is a female, it's like his mother or an ex-wife or somebody like that. I feel like this guy is pretty unhinged, but probably smart. I thought he was super dumb at the start, but I don't know. I think he's smarter. But so then my other scenario, okay, I can see that you've said that you see three. Yeah, my other scenario is that there was more people involved, and that there's the old guy, the young guy, and the witnesses were not viable witnesses to me. I don't know where they got these witnesses from. Like who can possibly tell that somebody doesn't have blue eyes, but I'm not sure what color their eyes are. Like all of those things, they were all really weird. So the other thing is that maybe there was a couple of people there. Maybe there was one watching and one making sure they weren't going anywhere. I think that they're related to the church or the police, or there's some type of relationship to the community. And now the guy doesn't even look like that. Then they're not going to find him very easily. So hopefully DNA will do it. The father and son theory, I actually went through that a lot, and I had a bunch of suspects because I was thinking that it's possibly two people, and the father and son fitted. And then I started to find out that, and this may be where the female fits in too. I started to find out that there's this one guy, Patrick something, isn't it? I won't say his full name, Patrick, that was a part of the search. His father was a reverend or a pastor or something at the church that I think Abby's mum went to, and then his sister was the 911 dispatch caller. There's your three people, Gibbo. That is an interesting one. Bruce and Patrick. Just message me, I'll tell you about it if you don't know. Yes, Adventures with Purpose just put up their new video. I've already seen it. It's good. It's sad, but definitely have a watch of it. They don't see, they find you see the t-shirt and where they look, but they don't really talk a lot about where they're looking. I do think I know where they are though. Naomi, Kirsty, about your book. Is it a series of books? Yeah, it is. Okay, you can, Naomi, you can get my book on Amazon, and it's self-published. It is a series of books, and I've got two more. Oh, this is so frustrating. I've got two more coming out, and I actually had the volume 2 coming out a lot sooner than this, and then a whole bunch of things sort of went wrong. And now, in fact, I have written the third volume as well. So they're both going to come out pretty soon. But unfortunately, once again, I have to, oh my goodness, I have to sort myself out here. Got my handwritten shirt on. I have to have surgery before I actually publish them because it takes a whole lot to publish them, and my hands don't work too well because of my back. So, but yeah, on Amazon, and you can get the Kindle or the paperback. When I do charts and a person has been moved more than a few times, or maybe not in one piece, how does that work? Oh, that's one of the hardest things for me to look into. Susan, it's really hard. Now, often we can see that they've been moved once, or moved from the initial place that they were killed and then dumped. I'm starting to see a pattern more lately because people seem to be moving a lot of people lately. This pattern that's evolving astrologically that's showing me how many times people are being moved. So it's something that I'm going to come up with, and I will talk about it when I know more, but I need to study more and more charts to be able to tell you that that's the case. But what I'm seeing is that something is always in Gemini. Gemini's 2 or more than 1. So when something is very prominent and in Gemini, there's movement or there's pieces or there's more than one incident in that situation. So Gemini is very important, and also making a lot of charts to each time, how do I, it's hard to explain. Each time you hear that something may have happened with that case, or you think that, it started at this point in time and it ended here, you do a whole lot of charts in between, and you start to see a pattern of that this person's actually been moved and something's going on here. It's not just straight out murder and dumping. So hopefully that explains that. But it's something that's in the works. I'm figuring it out as we speak, basically. The Springfield 3. Yes, I have heard of that one, but I haven't had a look into that one. But I will. I can't write it down because I lost my pen already, which is something extremely typical of me. I only had it 4 seconds ago. Q is, my uncle says, Delphi murders, perp, retired highway patrol or retired corrections officer. Yeah. If you watched one of the many videos, I think even in the first one, I've said he's probably a cop or related somehow. And volunteers at the church. That's what my feeling is that he's an upstanding citizen of the community, but has major issues with his mother. I can see that. And then that in turn turned into issues with a wife or females, or he can't get females because of it. So then he blames young girls and goes and kills them. That's my thinking with him. I love Adventures with Purpose too. They're amazing, Naomi, aren't they? Just the one where they went and found that young man that killed himself. And then the police, they didn't want a bar of it because they weren't the ones that found him. That was so sad. Gibbo. Hope you don't mind me calling you Gibbo. I see a vision of girls using an app, not Snapchat. It's like a geographical location search app. I wonder if they had that search app at that point in time or something similar to that, which would explain why they were up on that bridge. Mind you, I think they might have gone up on that bridge a few times. I'm not 100% sure. But I wonder what app it would have been. There's so many. It could have been heaps. So I'm curious what you think happened, Gibbo. You'll definitely have to write to me so we can have a chat about it. T-shirt planted, no bloodstains, the stars, and all the way through. Yeah, Q, I reckon as well. Sorry, just reading about from Q. T-shirts planted. It doesn't seem right. I mean, they've been to that spot several times. According to AK, even, he said he'd been to that area. And then just to see that a T-shirt laying there on this rock and, yeah, stab marks. I don't know. It doesn't feel like anything to me. It feels just like a diversion. Oops. Sorry, just reading. Oh, I went flying for miles then. Oh, now my thingy doesn't work. Oh, okay, there we go. Yep, okay, all right, yep, I'm back with it now. Here we are. I had AD says I had a friend who went missing in Saturn in Gemini in 2001, and never found. They think it might be related to serial killers and possibly moved, and a gruesome situation. Oh my goodness. Well, I wonder if an answer would come about this year, being that Saturn in Gemini in 2001 was opposite Pluto, and now we have the conjunction. So I'm curious, has this information that you said now they think that it may be a serial killer, has this information come about this year? Because that would make sense. It's been a full cycle from Saturn in Gemini to now Saturn in Capricorn, because Saturn was in Gemini and Pluto was in Sagittarius, opposing it in 2001. So hopefully some answers might come from that AD, and you may get answers. Yeah, Susan, it is. It's like you're searching in circles. And for me personally, doing what I'm doing, it's like I'm searching in circles, getting more questions and answers, trying to explain, look, you need to go somewhere or you need to do something. Please just try it. And then I get met with, nope, no thanks. That's rubbish. So yeah, it's very frustrating. Yeah, Madame. Yep, I think that's what I think happened when I very first looked at the Snapchat chart, because that's what I call it, the Snapchat chart. 207, when the girl Libby and Abby took that photo of him, the very the most strongest feeling that came over me, and the thing that I saw in that chart was that he was rejected. 100% rejected. Like his mother was probably super strong and then she died or something like that. And I feel like he even might have a shrine to his mum or something, like crazy Ed Gein style. I don't think he made suits out of her or lamps out of her head or anything, but still something going on with the mother. And then, yeah, definitely not good with women at all. So women don't care for him, don't like him. He's probably gross. Women don't want to have a bar of him. So then he goes to and attacks children instead. But he's brazen. He doesn't wait for the kids to come and knock at his door like, Girl Scouts selling brownies or whatever. He goes out and gets them. So that's the scary thing. The sheriff's speech and the officer standing behind him with the red face. Yeah, I did. I got bad vibes from him too. Initially I actually thought, oh, Tobe Leesenby, I think that's his name. Looks like he did it. And I was like, no, I don't think he did do it. But I did see that cop, Gibber. I actually did. It was weird. And then the case started sort of going off into this tangent where there was the Cody Paddy, and it was like, did he do it? And then his friend Michael Bevard, they wrote that stuff on Facebook, and Michael Bevard turned out to be a cop, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting a bit, cops are involved. They must be involved. That's all I can think. Oh my god, yeah, I did see where everybody's said that Barry is the Delphi. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but oh my god, the amount of people that wrote to me and emailed me and everything, and like seriously spent a lot of their time asking me to look into whether Barry Morphew is the Delphi Bridge guy killer. I swear I just laughed too hard, honestly. Why would it be him? Just because he's been in Indiana, there's no reason that he'd be the killer. Oh dear, no. Yeah, that's definitely off the cards, that one. Yeah, maybe people thought because apparently, well, and I wonder if it's because I don't know if it's because I said it at the start, but I said he had a limp. Through the astrology, it was very clear to me that he had a limp even before we saw the video. So then everyone was like, "Well, he's got a limp. He walks the same." Yeah, but I don't think that makes it him. Yeah, yeah. I reckon a shrine. I reckon he's crazy, Madame. Crazy, intelligent to the point where he can get away with it, but really crazy psychologically. Yeah, I think he's killed before, and I think he will kill again. I imagine the Delphi, the killer, I should mention that in case people don't know, but I have this feeling that he's not only just killed before, but he's killed afterwards, and we'll find out eventually that he's something called like the hiking trail killer or something. I can see it. It's like a serial killer, although I'm not sure we could class him as a serial killer right now, but like I can just hear the hiking trail murderer or something like that. Like that's where he goes and what he does. So I think he's going to do it again. Yeah, no, it doesn't line up. The bridge guy does not line up one little bit with Barry, Morphew, or Suzanne, or anything to do with it. Even everything's different. The bridge guy wanted and did kill young girls and did what he did to young girls. Suzanne Morphew was killed by somebody within the family, undoubtedly. She wasn't just kidnapped off of her bike. She wasn't abducted. She didn't just um, go for a hike and fall off. That didn't happen. That's not what happens. It was somebody. It was most likely Barry, was most likely Barry. And the bridge guy has a penchant for killing young girls and doing really bad things. So he's different. Yeah, no, I don't think Barry's killed before. Q, not Barry. The other guy, the bridge guy, I do. I also agree that I said to my husband just last night, that guy's going to go down with a bullet from a cop. Barry Morphew. He'll do suicide by cop. I agree. There'll be a standoff or something, when they find out what's going on. I imagine it to be like Chad Daybell, and he's ringing up Laurie like they're digging up the kids. He didn't say that, but they're doing something. They're at the house. I'm screwed. I can see that happening, and then Morphew going, well, that's it. I'm done for, and he'll do that. I agree. I hope not. I hope we find Suzanne and they find Suzanne before he does do that. But then if he does, whatever. I couldn't care what he does with himself if he killed her. I think hiking trail guy does travel around. Yep, I do. Not far. I reckon that he just sticks in Indiana and maybe like 2 states around it. But not the whole of America. And I don't think he's like the next serial killer or anything like that. But there's just something about him that I think he does get around a bit. I think he's smart and knows how to avoid the detection of all these things that other people aren't smart at now. Um, yeah, I think we'll find that he has done it before. I thought maybe he was linked to the 2 girls in Evansdale. I think that's what it is. The 2 cousins, but I'm not 100% sure on that one really. Looking at the event chart, is it possible the North Node Gemini might do something, since it was Mercury in Gemini, Jupiter, Sun, Saturn in Gemini, Mars, Pluto in Sagittarius? Very possible. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yep. The event chart for 2001. Wow. So there was a ton of stuff in Gemini doing the probably opposing Pluto and Sag and Mars in Sag. I hope so. I really hope so. I hope you get some answers for that. Yeah, I do. I hope so. Okay, I've actually been on here for 2.5 hours. It was going to be a little bit of a half-hour test. I know now that we've got like 23 odd people that come on. Maybe I should leave it a little bit later in the days because I know you guys are up early, except for everyone that's in Europe. So thank you so much for joining. I'm going to get myself some sleep, and I may even come back on within a couple of days. Uranus in Aquarius, so maybe Saturn. I hope so. And also AD, maybe look to when Saturn hits the degree that Uranus was in at that time for the conjunction to see. Then that might be the time. Oh, thanks for watching, Madame. I'm glad I didn't cancel too. I had a whole bunch of things going on. And then I was like, no, I can't do it. But I'm really glad that I came on. Really, really glad. You will absolutely see me again soon. We can talk more about charts and questions and stuff like that. I'll give you more of a heads up so you know that I'm on. And I'll get like my charts and my paperwork so we can talk about it. Okay, everyone. Good night. Mwah. Love you all. God bless. Take care. And thank you so much for subscribing. And see you soon. Bye. Bye, Gibbo. Please email me. Mwah. You're such a strong person. AD. Bye, Madame. Bye, Q. Oh, Perp drives an RV. Oh, I've got to get my notebook out after this and write it all down. Okay, guys, you take care. Love yous all. You're welcome, Suze. Anything you guys need, you can always email me. I'm always available, and good night. Bye.